Our kids who have cancer. I'd like to introduce you now to Dr. Kelly, the beautiful Izzy in her cowboy boots. Come on out here. And Shane. Come on out here, young man. Thank you very much. Give him a round of applause. You want to talk, Kelly?
I'd like to first introduce you all to Izzy, who is a patient of mine, who is, how old are you? You're 3. She's 3 years old, and Izzy was diagnosed with leukemia about a year and a half ago. She's been on chemotherapy since that time, and she's still on chemotherapy despite the fact that you couldn't tell by looking at her. She has about 6 more months of treatment to go and has somewhere between an 85 and 90% chance of being cured of her disease. So I just want to thank all of you for supporting me and the American Cancer Society and our programs and research, because we're doing better for kids like Izzy to give her a chance to live a long, full life. And now, I'd like to introduce Shane, who is a 13-year-old patient also with cancer, who's going to tell you a little bit about his story.
Hello guys, I am Shane Salyer, and I am a 2-time recurrent lymphoma survivor. And I am 13 years old, and the first time I was diagnosed with lymphoma was when I was 9 years old. And I'm here to talk to you guys about that, and pretty much. It's okay to be a little broken, but everybody's broken in this life. I am broken, but I can be fixed. I'm talking about last summer, the summer that changed my life forever. The date was May 3rd, 2012. And I was once again stressing, like when your teacher calls for homework and it turns out you forgot it. This wasn't like it at all. It was a whole lot worse. I was sitting in a hospital bed feeling as bad as a sick dog. My mom had that worried look in her eye like she did 3 years ago when I was in the same position. My gut sank when she came in about to cry. I asked her what they had told her, and she gave me the news that was too terrible to be true. My heart was beating 1,000,000 times a second, and I was sure my stomach turned 180 degrees and sinking into my knees. She told me that my cancer had returned, but after the word cancer, the whole world just went silent. All I could hear was my heart rushing 1,000,000 times too fast, and my head was hurting through the extreme amount of thoughts running through my head. Like, what will all my friends say? Will I be different from everybody else? Will I graduate the 7th grade and pass the FCAT? Why me? Again. So I may have been broken into more than 1,000,000 pieces, but unlike Humpty Dumpty, I could definitely be glued back together again. All of these thoughts raced through my mind 9 months ago. And now, today, after 60 rounds of chemo, many procedures, scans, and miracle medicines, my doctor did put me back together again. On January 4th, 2013, I completed my last chemo treatment for my recurrent lymphoma. However, my oncologist didn't do this alone. He receives funding from the American Cancer Society to aid in his continuous research to find a cure for blood cancers. He has been an advisory board member for ACS and has used resources from ACS throughout his career to help make life for his pediatric patients a little easier and smoother. I think we all can probably agree we are gathered here tonight because cancer has unfortunately touched our lives in some capacity. Some, it may be a coworker, others, it may be a family member or a friend, or many, it has affected yourselves and the lives of your loved ones. Today, you are taking a step in helping the American Cancer Society save even more lives by assisting people in getting well, staying well, finding a cure, and fighting back. I've picked up a motto along my journey. Life's not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. It means don't sit in a corner and just hide. Go live life to the fullest, no matter how big the obstacle may be or how tall the mountain is there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. I want to extend a personal thank you to each and every one of you for your support as we all continue to fight the fight and conquer the battle against cancer.